gentlemen, today I want to talk about a topic that affects us all. It's a topic that often debated but rarely resolved. It is a topic that not just about personal choice but about the impact we have to those around us. And that topic is smoking in a public. We all been there walking down the street, enjoying a meal at outdoor cafe or wearing a bus, when suddenly we are surrounded by a cloud of smoke. It's not just unpleasant, it is also unhealthy. In Malaysia, the consequences of smoking are severe and far-reaching. Each year has an estimate 3,500 out of 10,000 deaths in Malaysia are related to smoking. This statistic underscores the urgent need for effective measures to reduce smoke rate and mitigate its impact on public health. And yet, despite the overwhelming evidence of the dangers of secondhand smoke, many people still feel it their right to smoke everywhere and wherever they want. But it is a right or it is a privilege that comes at the expenses of others. I'll present to you the fact about the health risks of secondhand smoke, that ethical implication of smoking in public, and the potential solutions to this problem. So, let's take a deep breath and dip into the world of smoking in public. It is a personal choice or a public menace. Let's find out. First of all, what is secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke, also known as a passive smoking, is the smoking that comes from the burning of tobacco products such as cigarettes, cigars, and pipes. It is dangerous that often overlooked, but it's a threat that's very real. Let's start with the immediate health effect from secondhand smoke. When you breathe in secondhand smoke, you are exposing yourself to a toxic mix of chemicals that can cause a range of health problems. These chemicals can irritate your eyes, nose, throat, causing discomfort and even pain. They can also trigger allergic reactions, asthma attacks, and other respiratory problems. In fact, the American Lung Association estimates the second-hand smoke is responsible to between 1,500 and 3,000 lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But the immediate health effects of secondhand are just the tip of the iceberg. The long-term health effects are even more alarming. Prolonged exposure to secondhand smoke can increase your risk in heart disease, stroke, and lung cancer. It can also damage your cardiovascular system, making it harder for your heart to pump blood and increasing your blood pressure. And if you are a non-smoker who regularly is exposed to secondhand smoke, your risk of developing lung cancer is still 20 and 30% higher than someone who's not exposed at all. These risks of secondhand smoke are limited to adults. Either children who are exposed to secondhand smoke are more likely to develop ear infections, asthma, and other respiratory problems. They are also more likely to have a lower lung function and higher risk of a sudden infant death syndrome is called SIDS. Now that you know something about the health impact of secondhand smoke, let's look at the ethical implication of smoking in the public. As we gather here today, I'm sure many of you are aware of dangers of smoking. But I'd like to take this step further and explore the moral obligations we have to ourselves, to each other, and our community. First and foremost, let's talk about the right to clean air. We all have the fundamental right to breathe in fresh, clean air, free from harmful pollutions. When we allow smoking in public, we are essentially denying others the right to breathe clean air. This is not just a matter of person preference, but a matter of life and death. Secondhand smoke is a proven killer, causing thousands of deaths every year. By allowing smoking in public, we are putting the life of innocent people at risk. Secondly, it is not just individual rights, it is also about social responsibility. As members of community, we have a duty to look out for other one. When we smoke in public, we are not only putting ourselves at risk, but also those around us, including children, the elderly, and people with pre-existing medical conditions. We essentially saying that our desire to smoke is important than the well-being of those around us. Is that really the kind of society we want to live in? But what does social responsibility mean in this context? It means recognizing that our actions have consequences and that we must take those consequences into account when making decisions. It means being mindful of the impact of our behavior has on others and taking steps to minimize harm. Furthermore, smoking in the public set a bad example for our youth. Children and teenagers look up to us as role models, and when they see us smoking in public, they are more likely to take up the habit themselves. As a society, we have a responsibility to promote healthy behaviors and create an environment and encourage young people to make positive choices. Every problem we have solutions. There are solutions to this problem, and I want to talk to you about two of them. One is public smoking ban and two designated smoking areas. Let's talk about public smoking bans. This ban prohibits smoking in public places such as restaurants, bars, and parks. And the results are outstanding. Studies have shown that public smoking bans can reduce secondhand smoke exposure by up to 90%. That's a huge decrease, and it is not just good for non-smokers. Smokers themselves benefit from these bans as they are less likely to be exposed to secondhand smoke when they are not smoking. But some of you may be thinking, but what about smoking rights? Don't they have the right to smoke wherever they want? And that's a fair point, which is why designated smoking areas can provide a compromise between smoker and non-smoker. Designated smoking areas are specifically designated space where a smoker can go to smoke without bothering others. This area can be outdoor spaces such as a patio or courtyard or indoor space such as smoking lounge. The key is that they are separate from non-smoking areas so non-smokers aren't exposed to secondhand smoke. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but won't designated smoking area just encourage people to smoke more? And that's a valid concern. However, studies have shown that designated smoking areas can actually help reduce smoking rate. When smokers are forced to go to specific area to smoke, they are more likely to think twice about lighting up. And when they do smoke, they're really less likely to smoke as much. In conclusion, as we reflect on the information presented, it becomes clear that smoking in public places is a multifaceted issue that impacts both health and ethics. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that everyone has the right to breathe clean air. By advocating for stricter public smoking regulations and supporting designated smoking areas, we can create a healthier and more ethical society. Let us remember that the choice we make today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. Together, we can make a difference and protect the rights and health of all individuals. I urge you all to take a stand against public smoking, support policies that promote smoke-free environments, educate others about the dangers of secondhand smoke, and encourage smokers to be mindful to their surroundings. Each of us has the power to contribute to healthier and a more respectful community. Thank you.